What if I told you that the Ballon d'Or isn't won by the best player in the world? Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? After all, that's exactly what the award is supposed to represent. Every year, since 1995, one player is crowned the best footballer on the planet. Except, history tells a very different story. Every single year, the same debate begins. Fans argue over goals. Others point to trophies. Some believe international success should matter most, while others insist individual brilliance is all that counts. And somehow, millions of people still end up convinced the wrong player won. So, who's actually right? Well, over the past few days, I went back through decades of Ballon d'Or history. I looked at every winner, the runners-up, the voting system, and most importantly, the seasons that media simply couldn't ignore. Who actually decides the Ballon d'Or winner? Clearly not people like Uncle Tom. It's actually 100 journalists from around the world. Each of them ranks their top 10 players. First place is worth 15 points, second gets 12, third gets 10, and by the end of it, the player with the most points becomes the Ballon d'Or winner. And that's when I realized something. This isn't about finding the best footballer. It's about finding the player whose season becomes impossible to argue against. History doesn't eliminate players because they aren't good enough. It eliminates them because someone else tells a bigger story. And that's where Michael Olise finds himself. Because if football rewarded talent alone, he'd have every right to believe this could be his year. He's been one of the most exciting players to watch, producing goals, assists, and moments that have forced his name into a conversation nobody expected him to be part of just a season ago. But the Ballon d'Or has always been brutally unfair to breakthrough stories. When Luka Modric won it in 2018, he wasn't just brilliant, he led Croatia to a World Cup final. And as impressive as Olise has been, he clearly lacks the big game presence that has defined so many Ballon d'Or winners. That's where the formula begins to work against him. This is where it gets tough. Never in Premier League history has a player won the Ballon d'Or without winning the league, except Michael Owen. Even then, he went on to win a cup treble that season, while also delivering for England on the international stage, which brings us to Erling Haaland. Season after season, this guy is absolutely unbelievable. 7 goals in his first ever World Cup. But sadly, football is clearly moving away from simply rewarding the best statistics and towards rewarding the player who influences the biggest moments the most. For a guy who can have just 16 touches in 90 minutes and still walk away with the match ball, that's how ridiculous his standards have become. But let's be honest. A hat-trick against Nottingham Forest pales in comparison to scoring the winning goal in a Champions League final or a World Cup final. I know, most people aren't expecting to hear this name so early in the video, but honestly, I don't think Ousmane Dembele deserves to win the Ballon d'Or this year. The statistics are clearly in his favor, especially when it comes to delivering in some big games. There's no doubt PSG dominated the Champions League last season, and quite frankly, let's be honest. The way Luis de la Fuente's side tactically outmatched France was unbelievable. In fact, we have a separate video on that coming soon. And this might be the most fascinating case of them all. Because Rodri already achieved something many people believed had become impossible. He proved that not just a midfielder, but a defensive midfielder could still become the best player in the world. Let's be honest. Vinicius Jr.'s season wasn't as impressive as many people made it out to be. In my opinion, the media hyped it up far more than it deserved. Then there's Lionel Messi. Argentina had a very controversial World Cup campaign, and many people still debate some of the decisions made throughout that tournament. At this point, everyone has their own opinion on how Argentina played and how the tournament unfolded. Which leaves us with the final 3 for the Ballon d'Or. Lamine Yamal, Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane. I'm just going to get straight to the point. I truly believe Kylian Mbappe is going to win the 2025 Ballon d'Or. And on October 26, 2026, we'll watch Mbappe lift the first Ballon d'Or of his career.